friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing really well. So we're taking a little bit of a break from the bookshelf tours to do a book haul. I was out yesterday thrifting with Matthew. I've been doing a lot of thrifting lately and I just keep finding the most amazing things. So we hit up 2 thrift shops yesterday and I'm really pleased with what I found. It was super exciting because I actually finished collecting all of the books in one of my trilogies now, so super excited. So I hope you guys enjoy the book haul, and yeah, super laid back today. It's Sunday morning. I hope you guys are all having a great day or night whenever you're seeing this. Yeah, so just laid back. I'm gonna show you what I got. Really excited about a couple of these, so let's get into it. So the first thrift store that we went to, the very first shelf that I walked up to that I typically do is the YA shelf, and they had a whole stack of Sabrina books sitting there. So I think it was only a couple of weeks ago that I said I don't have a lot of Sabrina and they're really hard for me to find. So I'm really super excited about these because I have started kind of like a movie and show novelization shelf, and it's pretty bare, so super excited to put these up there. I think I have 3 Sabrina books already, so I was super stoked to find these. They did have a couple of other show novelizations there as well, a couple of Nickelodeon actually. So there was one Lizzie McGuire book, and there was one that was, I think it was Shelby Woo, but they were both in really poor condition. So I left those ones behind and I just grabbed these ones. So we'll go through these ones really quickly. So first is While the Cat's Away, and these don't, as far as I can see, have any numbers on them. Some of the ones that I do have are actually numbered, but I don't think any of these are. So this is the first one. Now You See Her, Now You Don't. I actually ended up with 2 copies of this one because I just kind of grabbed them and took them with me, but I ended up with 2 copies of these, so the other one will go in a boo box eventually. Oh, this one does have a number, so this one is number 13, Knock on Wood, and I love how sparkly these are. Not all of them, but a lot of them have like super sparkly title, like where it has her logo there. This one is Shamrock Shenanigans, so like a St. Patrick's Day theme. We have Sabrina Down Under. So this actually looks like one that would be really great to read for the summer. I am going to have my summer reading and watch plans coming up probably in the next video that I'm really super excited about. So stay tuned for that. We've got this one, Witchopoly. Are We Having Fun Yet? And then Age of Aquarius, nice blue cover. I'll Zap Manhattan. So a lot of these have Sabrina and Salem on the front, and I love Salem. And then we have Up and Away with all of the friends down here. And the last one that made my little Halloween heart super happy is this one, Haunts in the House, All Aboard the Halloween Machine. So look at that. I love the kind of the color orange that they used here. It's very subdued and it has a lot of black, and it's just, oh, it just made me so happy when I saw this and I put it in the cart. So yeah, we have about 10 or so Sabrina books to go up on the movie and show novelization shelf. So super excited about that. Like I said, I just started that sort of themed shelf, and I'm really excited to see how it's going to grow over the next little while. So I was super excited to find those out in the thrift stores on the very first shelf that I looked at. And then a couple of other ones that kind of fit into the spooky horror realm. I did find another Lois Duncan, A Gift of Magic. So this is one that I don't own. And I believe this is a vintage one. Just make sure here. So this particular one is from 1999. So I was super excited to find that one. I have a whole bunch of Lois Duncan that I haven't read, and I really want to get to some of these. I have one that's actually included in my summer reading plans. So yeah, this one looks pretty good. It says Nancy can do things no one else can. So let me know if you guys have read any Lois Duncan. You know, I think she's one of those authors that it's like, she is very well known, but I don't know, I just always skip over her when I'm choosing my books for some reason. I'm not really sure why. And this one, so this is a collection of short stories, and the cover is what really drew me into this one. So it's called Curses, Inc. and Other Stories by Vivian Vandeveld, and it's from, I believe, 1998. Yeah, October of 1998. And it has this very witchy woman, very witchy looking woman, I should say, sitting at a computer, and you can see she's sitting in like a circle of symbols. So I thought, and you know, she has candles in the background, looks like she's kind of in like a, I don't know, a little witch's cottage or something, and there's a shelf with books in the back. So just, and then of course the cat is actually going after the computer mouse, which is super cute. So it was the cover of this book that completely drew me in. And when I looked at the, you know, the titles of the stories and everything, I was like, wow, this sounds really good. It's not something that I've ever seen before, that I've ever heard of before. I've never heard of any of this author either. So I went ahead and picked it up. It says, he learns about spells the hard way in Curses Inc. What happens when a woman brings her son back from the dead in The Witch's Son? Does a cure await in Cypress Swamp Granny? Beware, these haunting stories will put you under their spell. So this sounds so good. I love spooky short stories, and I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for more by this author. If she's a spooky writer, it's definitely something I want to be putting on my shelves. And then I did find one Christopher Pike, so I did find one in the Spooksville series. I recently started reading the Spooksville books, and they're really good. I hadn't read any previously. Like, I'd only read Christopher Pike's like YA books, the ones that we all know with the neon covers and everything, but he's quite good in the middle grade sphere, so I'm really pleased with the ones in the Spooksville series that I have read. So this one is Creature in the Teacher, and it has a wonderful embossed cover, and it doesn't have the alternate cover either. There's they re-released them all, and they have like these black covers, and I really don't prefer them. So this is number 13 in the Spooksville series, and it says their teacher was not normal. So I'm going to continue reading these because they're super cute, and you know, I find that like when you're really stressed out about something, or you know, having just adult things going on, picking up these Spooksville books has been really great. And then getting to some that's outside of the spooky sphere. So you guys know that I've been recently finding some Point fantasy books, and I never even knew that Point had like a fantasy line. And then I found one or two, and all of a sudden now every time I'm out, I'm finding these Point books that are fantasy. So both of these are by Tamara Pierce, which I do have one or two of her books already on the shelves with my Point horror. So now I have Point horror, Point crime, and Point fantasy. That's up there. So the Point collection has been growing. So this one is called Magic Steps, and it says book 1 in the Circle Opens Quartet. So there are 4 books in this miniseries, and I think either the 1 or 2 that I have by her already are different fantasy books. I don't think I have any in this one yet, but it seems like she writes like 3 or 4 in miniseries at a time in the fantasy realm. And I just love the cover on this as well. It's super cute. So I don't read a whole lot of fantasy, and it's something that I would like to get into. I don't like reading a lot of like super high fantasy because I find I get a little bit confused and it can be hard to follow, but these look really good, and of course they're in the kind of the YA sphere. So this one, also by Tamara Pierce, like I said, is Alana, the First Adventure, and this is book 1 in Song of the Lioness. And you can see this girl here with her horse. And a lot of these Point fantasy have these really nice kind of borders along the synopsis on the back, and I just love the look of these. I don't know what it is. Like I said, like I don't have a whole lot of fantasy on my shelves. These couple is probably like some of the only ones that I have, but like I said, I've been finding them out and about recently. I wanted to read more fantasy, so I picked them up. You know, this one was actually a little bit more expensive. It was $4. So I'm super excited to check these out. Let me know if you guys have read any kind of like fantasy out of the Point publishing repertoire, I guess, because I'd really like to check these out. So I might have to do a vlog. I've been really bad at vlogging. It's like I want to do all of these and then it never comes to fruition because I don't pick up the camera, or I think, well, I lead a boring life, like nobody wants to see this. But you know, I really do have to get better at that. And then we have this one. So this looked actually, I just love the way the cover looked on this, and it's very retro. So this is the 10 O'Clock Club. Oh, it doesn't have like a subtitle. So this is by a publisher called Lucky Star. And look at this wonderfully retro cover. So this one is from 1970, and so it's going to be one of the older books in my collection. I believe the oldest book in my collection is from 1968. And I just loved the wonderful retro cover with these little girls, and they're kind of gazing over this crystal ball. So just the synopsis of this is, you know, these girls go to a local kind of thrift store or whatever and get this crystal ball, and they start selling fortunes for 10 cents a fortune. But then when they start gazing into the crystal ball, they actually start seeing things. So it's like, is this crystal ball really fake or is it real? And it says here, Carol Beach York is the popular author of books for children ages 7 to 17. The 10 O'Clock Club is one of a series of books for younger children that takes place in the Good Day, an orphanage where 28 little girls live and play, and some whimsical, even magical things happen. 2 other books in the series published by Scholastic are Good Charlotte and The Christmas Dolls. Okay, so this is the title of the specific one, but it's part of a series. So this sounds quite cute, and it is illustrated on the inside as well, which is super cute also. So yeah, I went ahead and picked this one up for the sake of $1.79. I'm going to be really super careful trying to peel the sticker off that one. Bane of my existence is peeling stickers off books. So yeah, I was super excited to find that one, and I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out for more of these Lucky Star books for sure. And then the most exciting find of the day was this one, The Lights Go On Again by Kit Pearson. And I was super excited to find this because it rounds out the books that I was looking for in the Sky is Falling series. So I now have all 3. I'm so excited. I owned this series when I was a child. So the first book is The Sky is Falling. The second book is Looking at the Moon, which I found both recently, and then finally found the third one, The Lights Go On Again. So this revolves around a brother and sister in war times in World War II who came, I think from England. They came from England to Canada because Canada was very much a safe haven, and we took in a lot of especially war children, and it's kind of their life of, you know, being separated from their families and trying to build a new life, and all of the adventures and stuff that they go on. Super cute. So now that I have all 3 of them, because I know I wanted to read all 3 together, I'm super excited. It's very nostalgic for me. This was one of my favorite series when I was growing up. I had the box set actually for the longest time, but really super excited to have all 3 of these now. So that was probably the most exciting find of yesterday. And then I did find another L.M. Montgomery for the Anne of Green Gables shelf. So this one, I hadn't even heard of this one before. It's Further Chronicles of Avonlea. Enchanting stories set in the world of Green Gables, where love and laughter never end and the heart never forgets. So isn't that sweet? And if you don't know anything about Avonlea, it's where Anne of Green Gables takes place. So I was super excited to find this because I hadn't even seen it before. I didn't even know it existed. So I'll be putting that up on the Anne of Green Gables shelf. And then along the same lines, we do have 3 out of the Road to Avonlea novelizations. So Anne of Green Gables was, you know, turned into a mini series, of course, in the 80s, very popular, and based on the books. And Road to Avonlea was one of my favorite series growing up as a kid on TV. I watched it every single Sunday night, and they do have novelizations of that. So we have number 6, Conversations, and these do have the you know, the stills, the show stills on the inside. So this takes place, like I said, in the wonderful world of Avonlea around the time of Anne of Green Gables, and it's kind of a spin-off. So number 6, Conversations. I think I might already have this one. I didn't have them scanned into my app, which is really weird because usually if it's up on the shelf, I've already scanned it, but I don't have these ones scanned in, so I'll have to check and see if I've got this one. And Abigail's Bow, and but for $1.79 I grabbed it. And this one has a little bit of a different look than the others. Has a little bit more of like an orangey font up here, and this is number 12, Sarah's Homecoming. And I just love when they put these show stills in the middle of books like that. So a couple of more for my movie and show novelization shelf. So really super excited to find these. I'm not sure, I've got to see how many are in here. I'm not sure if they novelized every single episode. I wouldn't think so. It was on TV for quite some time, and I actually had to get them scanned into my bookshelf app, because when I'm out shopping I like to make sure that, you know, I have it right in my phone which books I own and which books I don't. And then a couple of romance to go up on my ever-growing romance shelf, even though I don't really read romance a whole lot. So I have 2 by Lurleen McDaniel, and I've been talking about her, you know, from time to time on the channel. I read one of her books when I was a preteen, super sad romance kind of story, and you know, so since I liked it when I was a kid and I saw some of her books out and about, I started picking them up. So this one is How Do I Love Thee. This is 3 stories in one, and it has this like pink and blue sort of cover, these 2 lovers on here. And then this one, I was really super pissed off that they did this, but I'll see if I can get it off. So this is The Legacy, Making Wishes Come True, One Last Wish, also by Lurleen McDaniel, and you can see there's a giant label on the front, and I've got some of it peeled off now, but it said like, I'm free if you do this or you buy that. So, but it's like, why would you slap a label like right in the middle of a cover like that? So I'm going to try to get it off without ruining it. I hope I don't. And then put it up with the other Lurleen McDaniels that I have. I did enjoy her one book that I read when I was younger, so another vlog idea. Probably have to do like horror lover reads romance or something. I know my friend Kelsey over at Slime and Slasher, she was never a romance reader either, and she started picking some up and she actually doesn't mind it now. So a couple more for that shelf. We've got some for the movie novelizations, you know, lots of Sabrina. I finished off a trilogy that I was hoping to finish this year, so we had a really good time out thrifting. So kind of like, by my standards, a little bit of a smaller haul, but I wanted to show you guys these so I could get the stickers off and get them up on the shelf. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for next week. I will be putting out my summer read and watch plans. But other than that, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a question or comment down below, because you know I love chatting with you guys. But until next time, stay spooky, everybody. Bye.